What's up, my soul family, and welcome to the Mecca of Mastery TV. I am your host, Mecca. If it is your mission to live out the greatest version of this human existence, then my soul friend, you are in the right place. I'm so excited about this episode, so let's get straight into the video. If you feel that you are losing yourself, watch this. You've seen the title, honey, okay? So let's jump right into it. But before we get into the drip of this video and I drop these gems on you, if you are not yet a family member here at Mecca Mastery TV, and if your spirit feels called to it, I invite you to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any updates, okay? Because we are dropping weekly food for your soul, baby, every single Monday. This is weekly soul food, all right? And you don't want to miss it, all right? And to my returning subscribers, hello, my cousins, my sisters, my brothers, okay, my aunties and my uncles. Hello. All right. So, if you feel like you are losing yourself, this video is for you. Okay. So, I recall when I was in such a space where I just felt like I was losing myself. I felt like I didn't know who I was. It was so bad to the point that I started to have suicidal thoughts because I didn't feel like I felt dark. I was in a dark space. Like I was like, what is life if I feel no life, right? It is a feeling that we do not wish on our worst enemy. I ain't got no enemies, y'all, but you know. So I don't wish this on nobody, okay? I don't. It sucks. And so throughout my journey, just studying my experiences, ebbing and flowing with life, I started to study reasons as to why I would feel that way and what was actually going on underneath, really. And this might apply to you. So if this resonates with you, amazing. If it don't, amazing. So what I've learned is that when I feel like I am losing myself, it's really that I am transitioning. And I say this all the time here on Mecca Mastery TV, stating the fact that we are in a constant life, death cycle. So we're constantly dying and being reborn, dying and being reborn, dying and being reborn. And it's like this rebirth of a miracle all the time. We're constantly going through a rebirth. So it's like we enter into a phase or a season of our life and we live in that season for some time. And then that season dies and then a new season is birthed. A new aspect of who we are is birthed. Okay? And so what happens is we feel like we are losing ourselves with what I found true for myself, and you might find true to you, is I feel like I'm losing myself. I've noticed is when I cling on to certain aspects from a certain season or phase in my life. That's major. This is like the heart and essence of this video. Did you hear that? You feel like you are losing yourself when you are transitioning to a new season or a new phase of your life, but you only feel like you are losing yourself when you are clinging on, okay, to that in which you have experienced in a certain season. So maybe you have clinged on to a certain set of characteristics right now, to labels right now, to a certain way of working out, a certain way of eating, a certain way of how relationships looks to you, a certain place that you live, certain things you do for work. You are clinging on to certain ways of living of your life that you have, aligned with within this character, which is preventing you from actually gracefully flowing to these new desires in the next phase of your life, which is why you feel terrible, like you are losing yourself, when in general, you're not losing anything because you're not defined by any of those things. We're not defined by anything. You have to remember this, because I remind myself all the time, I come into this world naked and I leave naked. You came into this world naked. You are not defined by your job. You are not defined by your financial status. You are not defined by your body, how you work out, by your health, your family, who loves you, who don't, the status of your marriage, if you married, if you single, whether you got kids or not, where you live at, whether you are living this dream, that dream. You are not defined by these things. Neither am I. None of us. We come into this world naked. We come into this world on a clean slate. Right? We come into this world, it's a blank canvas for us. And then we go through life with our experiences, and then our soul have these desires, and we find and we tap into many different beautiful ways to tap into, right, bringing these soul desires into a physical reality. But when you attach yourself to something, when you attach yourself to a certain characteristic that you have aligned with in a certain journey, when you attach yourself to a certain way of living or being, when you attach yourself to certain relationships, okay? If you see anything moving, it's my baby Faith, right? When you attach yourself to these labels, then guess what? You're going to feel terrible and you're going to feel like something is off when spirit, God, Allah, universe, whatever you want to label, that in which created everything, heaven and earth, all of us and all the galaxies, right? Whatever you want to label it as. When God moves you from one space to another phase of your life based on the new desires that you want, you feel like you're losing yourself because you're holding on. So guess what you got to do, baby? You got to let go and you got to detach. You have to train yourself and master the art of detachment and master the art of allowing and master the art of being present and experiencing things without taking ownership of them. That's massive right there. Experiencing life, experiencing things without having ownership over them. When you try to have ownership over things, you put it, you form it to you and you hold it so hard and it's losing its space to breathe. And so when it loses its space to breathe, you attach it to you, you wore this badge of honor with it, and without the badges, you feel like nothing. So then when it's time for you to move from it, you feel like nothing. But you're not that thing. You came in this world naked. So you telling me that you wasn't whole and complete when you came into this world naked? You got to understand that. Get to the space of you knowing that you are enough without anything. Just by you breathing and being here. You know how many souls do not make it into this planet? How many babies don't make it out of their mother's womb? How many eggs don't meet, the sperm don't meet those eggs, they don't fertilize? Sex is magic. Being born is magic, and you made it here. You enough alone. Even if you don't ever do that one thing. Even if you never ever get those body goals. But guess what? You're moving. It's a privilege to move. It's a privilege to be able to listen to this. It's a privilege that you're watching me right now. This is a privilege. It's a privilege that you got breath in your body. The fact that you just have life. So if you feel like you are losing yourself, number one, before we get to any other processes, is to first acknowledge, okay? Number one is to first acknowledge that you get to live this human experience, that you are not defined by anything. You come into this world naked and you leave naked, and you have to live from a space of detachment. Now, that's not to say, come on now, that we ain't got no personal development going on, that we don't want specific things. So if you feel like you are losing yourself, what I highly recommend when I really do want to align with things vibrationally and in my external reality is to start to take account, where am I right now, and what tools do I have available, okay, to me to be more, how can I be resourceful right now if this is my desire right here and I'm here? How can I use these tools available to get me energetically in alignment with these desires so I can see these things in my physical reality? But also to make sure that you go within and you make sure that's what you want. Because your spirit might not want that no more. Your ego is hanging on to it because it makes you feel comfortable. And when you move from one phase to another, it's uncomfortable because you can't necessarily see where you're going. You have to have the eyes of faith. But hold on, baby. Hold on, because you're going to get there. It's going to all happen. I'm here to let you know that all you need to do is keep the faith and see the light inside of you. Even when you can't see no light, just know it's something at the end of the tunnel. Walk gracefully. Okay, walk with pride, walk with knowing that what you are praying to, okay, and what has created you got you. God got you. And that's all you need to know. But do the work. Do the necessary work. Absolutely do the work. Do not back down for the work. Do the work. But you're going to get to where you need to get to. You never can. You're exactly where you need to be in every moment. And I hope you love this video and you share this with a soul that you care about, because we always say here at Mecca Mastery TV that sharing is caring. If you're on these social media platforms, make sure you follow me, all right, that you see here on the screen. And also, if you want any one-on-one coaching from me, just make sure you email me directly at meccabookings@gmail.com. Or if you have any advice that you need, email me directly. Or you can click the link in the description box below to book your Pick My Brain session. You can talk to me for a few minutes, okay? And we'll have a session set. You don't even got an email to get no response back. And make sure you check out my website at meccafreeman.com so you never miss a wide range of food that I have for your soul. 21-day healing plans. I got guides on there, manifestation ritual guides, how to get your shit together guides, and so much more. And as always, I am sending my love, light, peace, tranquility, high-ass vibrations and vibes your way. Until next time, I see you in the next episode with peace and love. I see you. Thank you.